Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening,
Good
everybody.
evening. We're here. It's Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Here we are. WJZZ. Welcome.
Welcome. Oh, welcome to Get Down and Dirty Talking Art with your host.
Debbie LeBrad. I see her.
Sorry, y'all. We tried this last week. Again. Bam! Got it. You're watching on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, streaming live from YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. And if you would like to sponsor or advertise, email us at WJZZCoolTVOfficial at gmail.com.
All right. Here we are.
Alrighty.
Welcome,
So,
Sarah.
Our guest tonight, I thought first I'll just give a bit of a backstory on how I know Sarah. Our guest tonight is the beautiful Miss Sarah Mays.
Good evening.
And no, I'll let you jump right on in the hot side, hot seat.
Go ahead.
Well, just Sarah,
piggyback.
just to preface, because we're talking art, but not tonight. We're not focusing on art tonight. Instead, we're focusing on an organization and a friend. We become friends through me fundraising for this outstanding organization. I just became fascinated with her from the very first event and her passion and in her educating me on colon cancer awareness and ostomies and just everything that it entails. And I just kind of had my hands in it ever since.
Yeah.
So I thought it was appropriate to showcase her and and highlight, because she's got some wonderful opportunities, wonderful news coming up, big events, and yeah.
Well, we just saw
Sarah Mays, everybody.
Yes. Yay.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies, for having me here. Well, I guess I really don't know where to start. Okay. Well, I'm Sarah Mays, and let me just say, I just want to thank God and thank you guys for being here this evening. I am the president of a nonprofit called Stoma. Stoma is a nonprofit that, should I be looking at you guys or looking at
Both.
You can look at us and look at everyone. Yeah.
Okay,
Just look at you.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Give a wink every now and then.
Just say, hey.
Stoma is a nonprofit that outsources unused donated ostomy supplies.
Mm-hmm.
So, a ostomy is basically a stoma. So that's
What is a stoma?
What
I'm
is
about
a
to
stoma?
tell everybody that now.
Laugh.
I'm about to tell everybody that now. So a stoma is basically when they bring your colon on the outside of your body so you can eliminate your waste. A stoma could be in the form of mine, which is a colostomy bag, which is on the left side, a ileostomy bag, which is the right side, or you can have a urostomy bag, which is when they had to remove or divert your bladder, your urine.
Okay, I'm aware of that, yes.
Okay. So, in 2012, I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. After going through treatment and being given a diversion, a colostomy bag just as a diversion to eliminate for temporary use, they realized after surgery that they would not be able to connect me back. So I ended up having a permanent colostomy bag.
And how old were you?
I was third. Wait, let me ask you
It's the
this.
same thing. I was like,
I'm 33.
You were just a baby.
I'm 33.
I'm 33. I know I'm 33. I think I was 33.
Okay.
So I was 33 years old. But during this process, though, as I was diagnosed, this had become a fight for my life, because that's another issue that us black and brown people have. For 2 years, though, up until this, I have been going in and out of the hospitals. We're not going to name those hospitals, but in and out of the
Name
hospitals.
them. There's only a couple.
Yeah.
I was going to this particular Southfield Hospital
Oh, okay.
on 9 in Greenfield, and they kept sending me home every Monday. And they were telling me, you're constipated, nothing's wrong with you, nothing's wrong with you. Until one day, I fainted at home, and I got sent, my cardiologist, because I am a heart patient, brought me down to DMC, Detroit Medical Center. And a surgeon actually came in, which is now my best bud. Surgeon came in and he looked at my chart. Best surgeon in the DMC
Oh,
area.
yes. I love the GMC.
He is the best surgeon. And Dr. John Weber came in. Deep voice said, Ms. Mays, we don't see nothing wrong with you. And I said, what do you mean you don't see nothing wrong with me? And I said, well, I'll tell you what, come to the bathroom with me, because I got to go to the bathroom. He said, go to the bathroom with you. I said, you're a whole surgeon. You done seen people naked, unclothed, whatever. So when he went to the restroom, I eliminated nothing but blood in the toilet. So he scheduled an emergency colonoscopy. That was on a Monday. On Thursday, I was having emergency surgery to have a diversion for a colostomy bag because after he got to talking to me, he was saying he apologized. He said he apologized for one because when he looked at my chart, it said from Providence Hospital, my bad, that it was in my mind. I was too young. I was very hypochondriac. I was a hypochondriac.
Wow.
They were telling me just all types of things. They removed my gallbladder. They said nothing could be wrong with her, but they're doing all these things to try to eliminate it. Well, he told me during that 2-year process, my tumor was bigger than the size of a grapefruit. That's why nothing.
And they never could catch it.
The thing about it is I had so many.
They didn't try.
The thing about it is I had. This is why I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be at because I did have all the tests. I had a gallbladder spillover. I had all the tests. I had a rectum exam. I had all the tests, and nobody saw it. And even with him, the number one surgeon in DMC, he did not see it until he gave me a colonoscopy. But when I was asking for one at the age of 33,
that's not. You're too young. You can't have it.
So what is the age that they
promote right now? Is over 50.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was thinking
and then they have to make sure in order for you to get one, you have to make sure it was in your family. And I didn't have any of that. And then also, with me being adopted, I didn't know the backstory, but I knew a lot of the story because my dad, I do know my dad. My dad didn't have it. Nobody in my family had colon cancer, breast cancer, my grandmother, a different type of cancer, I think lung cancer, my great-grandmother, but not colon cancer. So when I ended up getting it, it was like, and they kept drilling me. So nobody in your family had nobody. So I ended up getting the diversion on that Thursday. It was very depressing. I don't even know, but I stayed in the hospital a long time because during this process of once they gave me diversion, here's another thing they have to deal with. You have stage 4 colorectal cancer. My surgeon was like, even though he's the best surgeon, he was like, we gonna expect the worst, but hope for the best because you have a heart condition.
You got a heart condition too?
Yeah, I have a heart condition. I have a mechanical valve, and they were saying with the chemo treatment that we give, it could destroy your valve. It could weaken it. You are on a blood thinner. You have a lot more other things
of complications
that's going against you. So we're gonna expect, just put it out there and let's go. But out of all the things that they said they were going to happen, I asked God. I prayed to God. People pray.
And you're here today with us.
People pray to God for some things. I prayed to God that I didn't lose my boobs or my hair. I just didn't. But I went down some in boob sizes. My hair actually got longer. It did thin out, but it got longer. I remember my surgeon was telling me one day when I was going through chemo, because I go every Wednesday, and I used to go 6 a.m. to get my hair done every week. And then 9 a.m. for my infusions. And he said, one day somebody going to jump you because your hair cute and you got hair. You cannot go through Carmanos with hair full of hair. And so those are the things that, he was trying to, make me a little happier. But long story short, as you can see, I got through it. And I ended up with this colostomy bag. So during this process, I went home. I was very depressed, going through these great stages of depression, and then my little sister will come help me and change it, and they send you home. They send me a nurse. She didn't know what to do. I knew what to do, but I didn't want to do it. As time went on, I began to do things on my own. I started learning more about it, and one day my sister she was like, come out of town with me for the weekend, and I went out of town with her for the weekend, and I remember my husband at the time wasn't working. He had to start working. And the supplies would come in, but we didn't really know how to get the supplies. So we found out that we had to pay with the insurance we had to pay a little bit. And then one insurance said you didn't have to pay a little bit. Carmanos had a plan that they would assist you a little bit, but there was a lot of in between. But anyway, I went on a trip with my sister to Missouri for the weekend. Friday, come back Sunday. I think it was 2014-15. We had that bad storm, bad snowstorm. Well, we got snowed in Missouri, and I'm a new ostomate. So here's the thing with colostomies. With colostomies, urostomies, and ileostomies. We can't control our bowels. So if I eat something bad, it's coming out. How it's going to come out, I don't know. We are told to empty our bags. They give us 20 a month to empty them, to wash them, and we have to use the bag over. But I wasn't really versed on, in the event of.
Yeah.
Well, I ran out of pouches.
Oh, gosh.
And I and my sister, we went to a medical supply store, and they told me we cannot give you pouches because you don't have a prescription. We can see that you have a colostomy bag, but we can't outsource to you, and we can't allow you to buy them.
Now, why would that be?
Because I don't have a prescription.
But why would you need a prescription to get an ostomy bag?
Because because it's a medical need. Just like if you need a prescription for medicine, it's a medical need.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they see physically that you have it, they can't outsource to you without a prescription or without a referral. So, and then on top of that, the one that we did find, it was a snowstorm. They were closed. So I ended up going to the hospitals. I do know that the hospitals will give you supplies. So I ended up going to the hospital. So I ended up getting, my sister stayed in that weird place. It was Kansas City, across the bridge, in Kansas City, Missouri. So we went to two different hospitals, and I ended up getting 4 pouches. And I remember sitting on the bed saying, I would not want this to happen to any ostomy at all, because we can't control our bowels. So I decided to start a nonprofit that would outsource colostomy supplies to ostomies that are in need. During this process, my mentor was saying, I know there's other places out there that do it, will make you different. And I got a little discouraged, but after I got to thinking, I said, I'll outsource them for free. People will donate them for free. Why wouldn't I outsource them for free? And so I started with a box of 10. One box.
Now, who donated the box?
Well, I did, because I didn't want them.
Okay.
I did. I said, we're going to do this one box, because I found out that there was different kinds that I can get.
Okay.
So I got a different kind. And so I did. And then so when I told my wound care ostomy nurse that this is what I wanted to do, she told me, well, it's a support group in your area that you can reach out to. And so I started the company. I said, this is going to be called Stoma, and this is what it's going to do, and this is everything. And I jumped both feet in. I found a nonprofit, and then a support group that I went to, and told them this is what I did. And the lady, I want to say the month prior or a couple weeks prior, in their newsletter, she had put in there, she said, you have to be God sent. Because in her newsletter, they were collecting supplies, but they were housing them in their homes, in their dining rooms. She was like, I was asking God to send somebody to take these about my dining room, about the garage,
oh my God,
about
that's
it.
so
And
cool.
so when I told them that this is what I do, their members started bringing them over to my house. Started bringing them over to my house, and that's pretty much how we started. From there, I became the president of Macomb Ostomy Association.
Now, was there an association for that before, or
they were already an association?
Okay.
They were already an
So
association.
yeah.
And somehow, because I became the president and I started working within my ministry, so I started getting more and more donations, and we started filling up. I moved on from that organization, and I focused more on Stoma and for the community, because what I realized in this process is, as people were coming to the support group, and as I was outsourcing, I began to start another ministry, stoma care and rehabilitation, to bridge the gap from hospital home. And I can use my own story as that, because as I said earlier, they just sent me home. It's a lot.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought. I just want to remind our viewers that you're tuning in to Get Down and Dirty Talking Art with Calibri the Artist and Debbie LaPratt on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. If you're just tuning in, we are here with the amazing Sarah. I was going to say Sarah Stoma.
That's why I am on Facebook. It's okay.
Sarah Mays, but that's how you should remember her, because her organization is called Stoma, and that's what we're talking about. So you talked about starting your own organization, and now the second branch of your organization, where you get into wound care and the more personal part of it.
Right.
So can you tell us about that?
Okay, so when I started doing outsourcing supplies, so this is an example of a colostomy bag. Should I hold it up right
You
here?
can hold it up.
I have mine pre-cut already, just in case I was at the station.
So when you say pre-cut, because I noticed, just tell us about it.
Okay, so usually it's covered. All this whole thing is covered. And so I cut my circle at a 45, and you would kind of put it over the stoma. So that when you waste, you're wasting to the bag. So I cut them myself. They can come pre-cut. That means the company, I have it cut out at a certain millimeter or diameter for you. But I go ahead and cut my own, because in the event that I lose weight, because your stoma changes sizes due to weight gain, weight loss, I want to be able to still have the use of my pouch and not be without a pouch. It's like being without a bathroom. So I cut it to my own. So how did I start getting more into personal business? As I was outsourcing, there was more of a need for me to go to people's home, because a lot of people started leaking. So if your pouch isn't secure right, if you gain too much weight, if they sent you home with a pouch and you didn't know how to properly put it on, you're gonna leak. And when you're leaking waste. So who wants to smell feces? Who wants to go out into the world with feces? And so I saw a greater need to educate, to assist.
Now, what is the procedure usually for hospitals? For somebody that, look, I just got surgery. Now I got this whole new opening to deal with. What is the procedure typically with new life?
Okay, so to just be honest, we're going to send your ass home.
You what? What did you say?
We're going to send your ass home.
Yeah.
With a couple pouches.
That's right.
And these are not the pouches that you wear. We're going to send you home with a couple pouches. And this journey I've had to learn going a typical, I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah. Yep.
You're getting discharged today, Miss Mays. Okay, here's a couple pouches we send you with. They're going to send me home with the company pouches that outsource them. So the number one pouch in the hospital is Hollister. Hollister has got that covered across the state of Michigan. That's the pouch you're going to receive coming out the hospital. Now, are they going to tell you that there are other pouches out here that you can, other companies out here? No, they're not going to tell you. They're going to send you home with these couple pouches. They're going to contact those companies. So when you get home, you have all these samples at home that you're looking like,
right, you
how do I put them on? Y'all didn't show me. Nobody educated me. All I got is this piece of colon hanging out my stomach, and it's shitting all over the place. And let's just common sense just gonna tell you, I'm gonna cover it up with this. Right. And it don't fit, it's too tight. I'm gonna have to cut it some more. Nobody educates you properly on how to do this. So, and found.
Let me ask this too: the importance of the different types, because you mentioned the different brands, and just like clothing or underwear or toothpaste or just anything else, there's differences. What I noticed, because Sarah's my friend and Sarah has OCD, but I know that certain ones mask the smell, and certain ones give room for air, and stuff like that.
So mine comes with a charcoal filter. I'm a little high society. Mine comes. I got a high society. I don't care. I got a high society pouch. But mine comes with a charcoal filter, and everybody knows that charcoal masks the smell of a lot of things. Right. So mine is gray. Some come taupe color. Some come, I don't know why in God, but new oscillates do this, transparent. Transparency means that there's no cover on this side.
That's right.
So you're going to see all the poop. And I don't want to. I just don't. I'm not there yet. I'm not going to ever be there. I don't want to see it. Just want to take this pouch off and go about my little life. But some people have pouches that are transparent where you can, in the event, my whole fear is this, and I'm not fearful of a lot of things, but my fear is this. If I am with my girlfriends and I have shitted and I'm taking off my shirt, I'm going to lift up my arms and y'all going to see my pouch and it's going to be clear. I'm like, y'all not going to say nothing because y'all my friends. Right. But that is just disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Like, Sarah, is that cold?
I'm like, what is that?
Nah, girl, them greens. No. Them greens. But it comes out like that. And so I don't know why people will, I don't even know why I know why they make a transparent pouch, but I don't know who will want to wear a transparent pouch. I don't want to. But in the event, I just started this because it was a need for the gap to be bridged from hospital to home, because the ball was dropped on me. I had an ostomate that called me and she needed supplies, and she said she's not even gonna blame it on COVID, but she had a hernia and her pouch wouldn't stay on. I've heard of things of people, and I just say, thank you, Jesus. Their pouches have been pop off. I let a fly. I've heard it popped off in the air. So I make sure I put on a new pouch and put on my high waist and strap it up and put on my high waist underwear and whatever I got. Because Lord knows if this pouch, come on. I'm up in the air. I'm going to faint. I'm just going to say I can't. I'm done. But there are a lot of things that they don't tell you. So when you get home, like we were talking about, if you were got home and you have all these samples, you don't know. And then they send a nurse out. And this is another thing. They send a nurse out. They send a regular nurse out.
Yeah, and they're not experienced in that.
Not experienced wound care ostomy.
I've dealt with that.
And so what you end up having is a lot of people calling me like, do you do home visits? And I'm like, so what is your problem? And it's because they have 9 out of 10 of my calls are leaks. 9 out of 10 out of 10 of the reason for the leaks is not proper sizing. These nurses, when they come in and look at your pouch, let's just say the pouch is on you, they are gonna, if you don't have a transparent pouch, they're gonna look at it, and they're gonna see around it and see that it's still red and it looks good. They're gonna ask you if you have any irritation. You'll say no or yes, and that's it. Are they gonna take your pouch off? Nope. Are they gonna look at your skin up on your pouch? Nope. They're not licensed to do that. They're not.
You have to be licensed to do that.
You have to be a wound care ostomy nurse.
Really? I didn't know that.
Or you can ask the patient as a nurse, can you take off your pouch so we can look at your area? Yeah, you can ask them to do that, but it's
they
easier.
Don't know what they're looking at.
It's easier for me to come in and look around your skin. You look good. You're hurting, any swelling, and that's it. And like she said, you don't know what you're really looking at. So, I get a lot of calls, and a couple of people have said they fired their nurses. They're fired the home health care agency because
they're not helping them.
They're still leaking. Yep. They're still leaking. And then I don't know how to say it. I'm very soft, but I teach my ostomists that I go to the homes with to be very independent. I educate them.
I think that's great.
I had an ostomist that her husband had 2 ostomies, and she said he won't get up, he won't do nothing. I'm tired. He wants me to change. He wants me to do everything. When I went in there to see him, he was like, well, he laid on the bed like, come take. I said, first of all, you're gonna take that off because I'll rip it off, and I don't know your skin level. I don't know your pain level, so you're gonna take it off yourself. Second of all, I'm not about to be over here doing this. You need to get in the shower. A lot of people don't know that you can get in the shower with or without the bag.
Okay.
A lot of people did not know, so you have people washing up every day. Now, I'm just be honest. It's a whole new now your ass is put somewhere different, but it still need to be washed. That's what I tell them. I asked the man, I said, why aren't we lawnmowing the grass? Oh, because I didn't think you could lawnmower with this. That ain't no reason. Put that pouch on. You need a hernia belt, or you need a belt, something to hold it to make you feel secure. You can go out there, you can do it. Go lawnmower the grass. Go walk to the mailbox. Go start from the mailbox, walk to the corner. Get your strength up. As long as you're going to lay here, you're going to be depressed, and you're about to be divorced because she ain't trying to do this no more. So, he started getting up. He started doing things.
So you actually helped him.
Yeah, and
that
he started
so cool.
eating. And the thing about it is that people call. Some people, they just think this is donation-based. So that person was on 24-mile road and 24-mile and Card Road somewhere, Romeo Play. So it's like, Sarah, you think you can come out on Monday? No problem. Sarah, you think you can come out on Wednesday? No problem. Sometimes they offer gas, sometimes they don't. But I don't stop that from being my mission because I don't want any ostomy to feel that they're by themselves, feel like they have no one. A lot of times in the Detroit community, there are a lot of ostomists out here that feel like, especially black and brown ostomists that feel like I'm the only one to have this. They do cater more, and there's a lot more organizations for the Caucasians and everything. But no matter what, collectively, it's a lot of ostomists out here that don't know there are other ostomists. It was one lady, her mother passed away. We met her in September. Her mother passed away in December. But that time that she was able to be with us, she came to the Christmas party and everything.
It made them feel like they're normal.
The lady came and she was 90-something years old, was playing with the kids. Her daughter had thanked me because she said, it has not been one night I've been able to go sleep without my mother's pouch leaking. And so
Yeah.
if I don't know how to do nothing, I know how to stop a leak.
That's really
I know how to
good.
stop a leak. So it starts from you teaching and you
Educating.
educating
Yes.
the ostomy, the new ostomy, even if it's temporary.
Yeah.
Educating them. So this organization does that. We outsource the pouches, and not only just pouches, because people just think it's just pouches that is with this life. Let me tell you something. This stuff stank coming up out of here. So we have we have deodorizer. This stuff, if you eat constipated food, it'll stop right here. So we have lubricant to go on and push it on down. We have lubricant. Your skin is the most important thing in this process.
Yes.
So you have to learn how to take care of your skin. So we have lotions, we have powders because your skin get irritated. But I can go in and when I tell you to pull off the pouch, because I'm there for education and to show you and to educate you, I'm able to look at your area and tell you if it's a staph, if it's a yeast, or if it's just skin irritation, because feces may have gotten on it, just like feces or urine, anything that irritates skin. Just go in the shower, clean it off. And so they have powder. That's $54 a bottle.
$54 a
Yeah,
bottle?
this stuff is
Johnson and Johnson won't work.
So let me tell you, I'm old school. My mother is old school, so this is what I tell a lot of my ostomies. So the powder, you put it on there. They call it crusting. You put the powder on there, you blow it off, and then you put the powder back on there, you blow it off, and then you let it sit, and then you put the pouch on there because everything is dry, and then you coat it your irritated skin. Well, I tell people that don't have the money to do that, and if they don't want to use the powder, or I came out and I don't have the powder, or if you just want to do it a healthy way, go brown you some flour. You use it for the baby's butt,
That's
for a
right.
rash. Go ahead and brown you some flour, and it amazing me that I'm teaching older people new stuff, and I feel like y'all supposed to know this already. Go brown you some flour and
I didn't know that.
put it on your skin
That's real.
and brush it off. And let it sit there for a minute if you can, because if you have an ileostomy, you can't. It's constantly running. And then put your pouch back on so that it'll coat over your skin so that you can begin the process of healing.
And that'll stick to the...
Yes, it will.
Okay.
It will stick because it's powder. It's powder.
Okay.
You know.
Wow.
And then it's a different. I use ingenuity with my ostomies. They say I would have never thought of that. Some people that we do have meds like we have this one ointment that you get at CVS that helps with healing process also. If that's the way you want to go, well, because it is an ointment, it's not going to have a lot of pouch to stick.
Right.
But let's use some common sense. So I will put the ointment around the stomach area or allow the patient to put it around there. Then I'll cut the gauze and put the gauze on top of it. And so we have these neat strips that a lot of people, here's another thing, a lot of people use duct tape.
Really?
Duct tape?
Because they don't have access to supplies. So we have these neat strips that go on your body, and they are like this. So they're tape, but what I do is I put the strips around the gauze to hold the gauze on the skin. So what happens with this is that you put it around, and so what you do is after you put it around and you sort it out, is you put the pouch adhesive right on top of here, and they glue on top. And so you are still protecting the skin and still putting on a pouch at the same time. So usually people change their pouches maybe every 2 to 3 days. I change mine Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That gives the skin and the ointment that we put on there time to heal. So it works. So I just use a little bit of ingenuity.
So what is your youngest ostomy
patient? So I usually work with adults, but not too long ago, I worked with my first pediatric patient.
Pediatric?
Yeah. So ostomies, they have a lot of pediatric patients. Some children are born with them. Usually, when they're born with them, it's kind of hopefully it's a divergent thing. They'll grow out of it. I do have a good friend who's a model, has went on Dr. Oz.
That is so cool.
She's a double ostomy.
No, what is a double?
So she has a urostomy pouch and she has a colostomy pouch.
Okay.
So she doesn't. At age 2, she was diagnosed with cervical cancer. So she's had her pouch since age 2.
So it's basically she grew up with it.
Yep, she's grew up with it, but you can't tell unless you
She got a six-pack and everything. You can't tell.
You cannot tell. Her name is, go look her up, y'all. Jerlyn Taylor. You cannot tell,
That
and
is so
she is in her she is in her glory years, her glory 50 years, and you
She
still
don't
would
look
and
like it
look
at all.
good.
She like she's in her 20s and 30s.
Look
So
good.
cool.
And I think that's why she was on Dr. Oz, because they wanted to know what
What's
people
the
that look.
secret?
Yep, they wanted to know what was the secret of her looking young. So she's a model. She does good, and
It is so cool because it's somebody with a disability that's taken it and not letting it stop you.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's kind of even with stoma. I'm doing that, and then we're working together to start something because she has her also a page, Osto Styles, to show ostomists different ways to dress. Like a real good example of dressing is like what Miss Calibri has on, a jacket. Look at you, a jacket, and you too, a jacket, because we're not trying to hide that we have an ostomy, but we ain't trying to let y'all know. And it also, if people do have a bulging ostomy or hernia, the coat will cover either side, because it's going to be on the right, it's going to be on the left. A jacket to dress it down or whatever, but those things are awesome things. People don't have to know.
Those are things that people probably never even thought of.
Yeah.
My husband had a bag, so I know a little bit more about it. Yeah, that's why I'm going, yeah, I know that. Yeah, you know.
Hold that thought, y'all.
We're going to do our little station break.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art on WJZZ.
The coolest station in the world.
That's right. Calibri the artist.
And Debbie LaPrette, the artist. And our wonderful guest,
Sarah Stoma.
Yes, Sarah
on
Stoma.
Facebook.
Yes. Talking about her wonderful organization, Stoma. If you would like to fundraise, contribute, artists, if you want to hook up something, contribute.
I'm open.
contact us.
I want to talk about your, because I know that you have a support group.
Yes.
And also I want to get into what you're working on coming up too. So the, kind of going hand in hand with the support group and people meeting up and stuff like that. So, just tell us about your support group.
Okay, so our support group
you go on
is,
trips and all type of stuff.
Okay, so we got a
you
couple.
Got a picnic.
We have a couple.
Do everything.
Good
I ain't got one. I be coming with a hand on.
She does. She come to every. You talking about the support group, my friends. I am thankful that my friends and my church supports me. But I am fun. I feel like this new life is just a different way of shitting. It's great because it's awesome because you know what? I can outlast you on the road. I don't gotta stop. I'm good. So, but it's just a different way, and I don't want it to stop me. So, we started during the pandemic. I was approached to start a support group with Royal Beaumont. We had one meeting, and then the pandemic hit. And so I decided to take our support group via Zoom.
I love it.
So we meet Zoom every last Sunday of each month. A couple of ostomists. We have guests on there. We have doctors. Our biggest topic is always hernias. Because
So why is there a hernia?
Okay, because with anything, when you
Or cutting it?
Yep, when you're cutting the muscle, and so it makes it more susceptible for you to have a hernia when it's healing back. People say, I have one ostomate that had me laughing. We just came back from Baltimore, and she had this big old suitcase, and she gonna say, Sarah, I need you to grab this. I said, you got the wrong one. We ain't supposed to lift nothing over 5 pounds, and I'm not pulling nothing. You should have brought you a carry-on, not me. You won't get me caught up. So, you don't supposed to lift anything over 5 pounds.
Oh, really?
Because you can strain your muscle.
Okay, great.
And what made my surgery neat, and they have this rule when you go to people's houses or when you talk to other ostomates, don't tell and don't show, or don't show and don't tell about your stoma, because 80% of the, let me just say 90% of the ostomy surgeries, 90% of the ostomy surgeries, they cut you from your navel down to open you up and to put everything together, pull out everything. Well, that awesome surgeon that I talked about, I'm telling you, God,
He gave you the
God put him in my path because he brought laparoscopic, I hope that I'm saying it right, laparoscopic
we get
surgery
it with the thing.
to DMC. Now, I ain't know my surgeon was as old as he is, but he brought it to DMC. And I said that when I had to have surgery, I've had 4 open heart surgeries. I had scoliosis surgery. And I just felt like, God, I did not want no more scars on my body. I said, by any way possible, can you just do this surgery? He didn't even tell me that he had to cut down the middle to give me a surgery. He said he's gonna do it laparoscopically. I don't know if I'm the only ostomate that has had it done laparoscopically, but my stoma, I don't have the incision. He did it laparoscopically. He did.
My husband had it, just the little.
Yep, and
Yep.
I had it like that.
And
but,
he was at the GMC.
Yep, see.
Yep.
So, and I'm sure John Weber probably did it.
Yeah.
But they are quick to cut you, and so the healing process.
It's
and
gonna
you
be
and
a
you
lot.
broke and you remember you've opened up the muscles,
Right.
and it's hard to repair. So it creates it's people that
I
have
can
big
understand, yeah.
hernias, and I just thank God that he didn't do it like that. And even when people say I ain't got my ostomy done, and once I found out it was permanent, I was that person that they say don't look into. I was on the internet like mine don't look like that one, Weber. You need to fix this. And people were saying you will go through the surgery again. It's permanent.
Mm-hmm.
I sure will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look a little bit better than that. I wanted to, like everybody say your boobs are sagging, they want to look better. I just be with me for life. I want to look better. So I thank God for that. But the support group is basically for people to be introduced to Weber because they do have hernias. And Weber is funny because he's a bariatric surgeon.
Okay.
He doesn't even do this. But when he knows an ostomy came to him, he know who sent him. Because they're there for hernia surgery or they're there for a consult because they need a new ostomy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the support group so that we can make sure we introduce the ostomy community to people like Jerlyn, Weber, other doctors, and other nurses and everything. We do have a nurse that is on with us every Sunday just in case there's a question that I can't answer or a question that other ostomists can't answer. We have a buzz day. A buzz day is basically introducing yourself to each other,
Right.
saying, basically giving your story, and just asking questions. Somebody was like, well, I got a lot of gas, and so we're on there as a community like, what have you been eating?
Yeah.
But you're there and the floor is open. You can ask any question. This is your own comfort space, and it gives people that.
Yep.
Sometimes people are on there, you don't even see their face, but they're on there. You hear them, just to know that someone's there. A lot of people.
Does that tend to be like a problem? I know you said several times you don't want people to feel like they're the only one. Do you
Right.
hear that a lot?
Yeah. So I just recently adopted an ostomy family. A young lady here in Detroit area, cervical cancer. She has 2 pouches, and she didn't know that there was another ostomy out there that she could talk to. Very depressed, very, very depressed. So we're working with her right now. But yeah, that is one of the number one things. A lot of people, because once again, stoma is to help. I'm working in the process, and Lord working with me to bridge the gap from hospital home because you're home and they sent you home alone.
Yeah. And then here you are. It's like, what
And
do
if
I
you don't
do?
have a caregiver.
Yep.
Now, with you were talking about servicing a lot of black and brown people. What about the age? Because I know you were saying that even for screening, they do a lot of 50 and up.
Yeah.
So, do you find yourself running into a lot of people that are younger? Basically, people like you.
Well, in the colon cancer part, I have.
Okay.
But because it's in other states, they kind of addressed it and was able to get on it. But there with colon cancer, it's a struggle.
Wow.
So, but with a lot of people, usually I'm not gonna say usually, but it's a array of reasons why you may have to have one. A good reason is Crohn's and colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, diverticulitis, colon cancer, cervical cancer. But you have all types of reasons. My brother had one. To know somebody shot him, and his intestines had to heal, so it was just temporarily. A lot of gunshot victims, they don't have to be permanent, but during the process of healing, they will give them a pouch.
I didn't know that.
So
That's
that they can
interesting.
heal. And this service is for those. It's a lot of mothers out there taking care of their sons that they have no insurance. And therefore, this is probably about to be the most heart-wrenching part of it, but they use house tape, duct tape, and they use a grocery bag to put over their sons and daughters' colostomy to catch the waste because we can't control it. It's gonna, no matter what, it's coming out.
It's gonna come out. Yep.
But how are you going to catch it if you don't have the utensils? And this is the supplies. And that's why I'm here, because there are gunshot victims out there. And in our community, just out of ignorance and being funny, these are colostomy bags, but our community call them shit bags.
Uh-huh.
These are shit bags. So if you know somebody that needs a shit bag,
This one.
or low on their shit bags, they can reach out to me and we will see if we can assist them. But that's one of the big things. And so I just think that as far as I think it was the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It was the hospital, and them just ignoring. You first, and them just ignoring you because you're young, and they're ignoring you because it's sorry to say, but because of your color, because of your color, and they do. A lot of black and brown people do get
Shoved to the wayside
because of their color, and because of some of them don't have insurance. I've heard people that said they're supposed to have gotten a diversion from healing gunshot victims and even people that have had problems. That's supposed to have got a diversion from healing,
Right.
but can't get the surgery because they don't have any insurance. So you took me in emergency wise and gave me this clothing bag,
But you can't put it back.
and you can't give me any supplies.
Wow.
So that's what we run into. So they end up being permanent until they get insurance. So
It's unfortunate.
yeah.
I have a cousin who at 13 or 14 decided that she had
Crohn's colitis.
something like that, and she
Chose on a bag.
Yep, she got a bag. Yep.
Because it gives them better quality of life.
Yep.
Because
And she's
their
a
thing
nurse
is
now.
every 5 minutes they're going to the bathroom.
Yep.
So
And she's a nurse.
yeah.
She's studying to be a nurse
Yeah.
because this all changed her life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually were talking about y'all connected. She said that a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So, just rolling off assisting with a picnic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear what's next. But also, I do want to touch a little bit on that picnic because I know it was a success. I went to the picnic, y'all.
Okay, so we
It
had
was nice, but I love that you're bringing it to an area that services the Detroit community.
yes. So I like the community. I just like being with people. I like to when everybody come over my house, we're gonna eat. I like fellowshipping, and with me in the ostomy area now, I love fellowshipping. Collabing. Y'all gonna meet some. Y'all probably know that these are some shitty friends, but y'all gonna meet them. And I like being funny. My thing is that this is our new way of life,
That's right.
and you cannot be down. Your mental will take you somewhere where you don't want to be
it
at.
will be.
So we decided this year, coming out of COVID, is that usually we have a picnic. So me, one of the nurses at Royal Oak Beaumont, and two of the people at Safe and Simple, another organization that outsources supplies, decided to put on a picnic. And we serviced this picnic. It was honestly down the street from Royal Oak Beaumont on 13 in Woodward area. I love the picnic. We had over 55 members. We did bag lunches. It was a wonderful experience. Everybody loved it because, we had all been cooped up.
Yeah.
We are still alive. You're still alive. We're still Stonewall's out there. I came out with buku containers of supplies. People was like, oh, I'm just going to take one bag. No. Take some bags. You don't know when next time you may need them. So I was giving out. We were doing so much. It was just another joyous experience. Even though I love that gathering, I wanted 13 in Woodward is not the heart of the community.
Right.
I live in Wayne County.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When I had to take stoma supplies, I had to take stoma supplies out there. I want to service the community on a whole. I want to service the community where the bus line will go. I want to service the community where they're not being serviced. I want to make sure I educate the community where they're not being educated. So I decided to think on a bigger level. I am an affiliated support group with the United Ostomy Association of America. So
That's great.
there's somebody above me. So all this information I give y'all, I just go on their site and pull it off because I am a support group member. I hold a support group. I go to the conferences. I have went to this 2, 3, 4 hour thing to be a president. I am certified.
I love it.
So, because I am certified and because of this awesome organization, we have this thing that's called Ostomy Awareness Day. It is the first Saturday of every October. So this picnic, literally, it was right before October because I don't know why we didn't do it on a date, but that's what it was for. Ostomy Awareness Day. The picnic was the Ostomy Awareness Day picnic. Well, like I said before, I want to be in the community. And what is nothing better than the up and coming and the downtown heart of Detroit? Get everybody there. Now, I've had some people in my group say, we don't even know where downtown is, downtown Detroit. You better put it in your Waze and your Google, because I looked at every year this organization has started Ostomy Awareness Day. Now, it's a walk and it's a run, usually. But they never tell us how or what we can and cannot do with it and how we want to celebrate it. We've done videos, we've done that. Well, this year, Sarah decided to do something a little different.
What are you going to do?
I reached out and I set up a proposal. I reached out to the TCF Center. And Cobo Hall. And because my thing is, my first vision was when you go down Jefferson and you're going down on the freeway, you see the big sign.
That's right.
And I want everyone to know what stoma is, what
is
stoma does for this community. And I want to, no matter what, hands down, I want to bridge the gap from hospital to home, to educate, to teach them the simplicity of this new journey that they're on.
Yep.
And to connect.
And to
I think
connect
that
in the
is so
community.
good.
So I said, you know what, girl? I'm going to be at Cobo.
You're going to go big or go home.
Yeah, I said I'm going to be at Cobo. And so one day I was out of class. I said, they ain't answering back. I reached out and I said, I'm going to stop. And I went over there and I was able to talk to somebody. She sat down with me and she said, well, this is what you got to do. And so I was telling her, well, you know, outside of me, it's usually a walk-run thing that we do. But I wanted to be a health fair this year. And I said, but I do have a partner that does the walk-run. And Safe and Simple usually does the walk-run. But the walk-run is usually at Metro. That's not service in the community.
No, that's not.
So I did ask Cobo about the Riverwalk. And so she was saying, you know what? I got a spot that I want to put y'all at. And so when we walked down to go see the spots, the area that she looked at is when you come down, whatever at Cobo, the rooms are off of the water.
I know what you're talking about.
So she said the reason why I picked these rooms is because if you're able to have the walk, everybody can mix and mingle in the health area. Take the escalator, elevator, right down to these doors that open up to the Riverwalk, and they can begin to do their walk and their run. And so she gave it to me. She said, but you got to put up your proposal. Got to put up your proposal, she said. And it's amazing because these rooms are usually booked off the water. And so she was able to give me 3 rooms. And she said, these 3 rooms. And I was like, I can't see it. She's like, well, we're going to close. And then she's fixing it for me. We're going to close this door and put vendors on this side. I said, okay. I see it. I see it. And so I sent in my proposal. She sent me the paperwork. I filled out all the questionnaire back and everything. And over the holiday, she sent me back an email saying your deposit is due on November the 30th. I have a year to pay up what is owed, but the deposit was $380. For a room that they told me that would be $500 each a room. And I asked her, is that including tax? She said, first of all, there's no taxes at Cobo. She said, but for rooms, I got 3 rooms at $500 a room. I don't know. I ain't emailing her back, but that simple math will tell you that's $1,500 for the whole thing. My invoice say $1,312. So we're going to go with $1,312. I don't know what she did, but I'm saying it is, I just thank God for the vision. And then I
that
said,
is so cool.
I said that, well, I'm gonna have it paid by she said it has to be paid 2 weeks before the event next year.
So when is, because we're going to cut to the chase, this conference, when is it? What is the date?
October, I believe it's October the 1st.
So we got 5 more minutes. We want to squeeze in. We want to know when the date is. We want to know what you need.
Yep.
Okay,
so
anybody, again, this is health
it's
conference.
It's October the 1st, 2022.
Okay,
wow.
October the 1st.
All right.
Yep, and so what I need sponsors. Sponsors. That's what we're working on now. Preferably healthcare sponsors.
Okay.
But I need sponsors. So we're reaching out to Meridian, Melina, and all of them, and we need sponsors.
We need sponsors. Okay, y'all hear that? We need sponsors.
You hear that?
And
Anybody out there?
vendors, but we're gonna choose.
I would like to
strategically.
contribute some massages.
Yes.
And if you're painting, I can always do that, but I can do that to help.
But we're gonna have things because I'm gonna reach out to both of you ladies because I want to have fundraisers to
That would be great. Yeah.
to pay for the food because they have their own caterer. But I want to have bigger foods there, and I want to have gift bags. We want to make this awesome.
I want to. We'll have.
We will have.
It will. It's going to be awesome. You always
Yes.
say that.
Sponsors.
Yes.
Cause I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, it's like I said, just on the outside looking in.
Yes.
It's been so inspiring.
Because you've known her.
Well, Sarah on her own has been inspiring. You know, just with everything, from being the businesswoman, from being the estimate, from helping other people, but also I've been privileged enough to be, to sometimes go to the support meetings or, you know, or helping with fundraisers. So being directly in the groups, sometimes even the runs, you know, and seeing how they talk. She is like, no, well, I don't know who you think gonna do, like, you know, but she's connected with people and you see them feel normal.
Right.
You know,
Because
even at that
that's so
picnic, you're
important.
seeing
You
people
want
kind
to-
of.
Yeah, because at the picnic,
Somebody said, she put me right on out there, like she's not an ostomite. I'm like, what? That's what we call it, ostomites.
yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
Then even at the picnic, one of the new members, gonna say, you need to sit down somewhere because you just all over the place. First of all, I'm popular. Everybody talked to me on the phone, but during this pandemic, nobody has ever been able to meet me.
Right. So they get the opportunity to meet you.
Yes, I had met so many, and one lady came up and she's like, I'm so glad that you was on the phone with me. You didn't stress, you didn't holler at me. You got me here on time, even though, guess what, girl, it was up there like, oh my gosh, you don't know how to get here. But yes, ma'am, okay, just make it right. Who gonna put up them balloons? Who gonna put up? No, ma'am, I'm here waiting on you. But yes, I thank God for all the help, all the support. Oh, just to let y'all know, Kobo is paid for. My church already paid for it.
Wow.
So again, October 1st, 2022.
Yeah.
Sponsors, if you like to sponsor or volunteer, you accepting volunteers?
Yes, because also seniors at school, juniors and seniors, that's it, because they need the hours.
Aha, that's smart.
They need the hours.
Okay.
And I am registered as a nonprofit with the state of Michigan. I is a nonprofit.
No, it is a nonprofit. I love it.
So where does anybody reach out to you in order to help, sponsor, donate?
Okay,
However.
They can reach out to me. They can go on my Facebook at Sarah Stoma, my Facebook page. They can also email me at Stoma_supplies. That's STOMA_SUPPLIES @yahoo.com.
Okay.
Or you can contact me at 1-877-557-8662.
Okay.
So, and then we'll go from there. I don't want to put out my Cash App like that.
You might as well. Cash App. What's the Cash App?
I don't even know.
Oh, you don't know the Cash App. It
know
should be $Stoma.
I think it's like something like, so the Cash App is $Stoma Ostomy Supplies.
Okay.
So
$Stoma Ostomy Supplies.
And
Because
all
she's still getting
donations-
this together right now.
All
Yeah, 'cause-
donations welcome.
all donations go out to assist gas to make sure I do home visits and to outsource. We outsource all over the world. So I have 2 boxes to send off tomorrow to people that are in need. So I like I said, this is free.
And she houses them. She houses them. She travels to does a consultation. She delivers them. She ships them. You know, so every bit.
And I improved my shipping. I got cute boxes now.
I love it. I love it.
Because everybody want to feel normal.
Yeah. That is amazing. Oh my God, this is so great. So
Thank you, Sarah Mae.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll have more coming up. We'll be sharing more information about what's coming up with Sarah.
Yes.
That's right.
You know?
Sarah Stoma.
Yes.
Follow, and support. Sarah, Stoma Ostomy Supplies, $sign on Cash App. Send that money. Send that
That's
check.
right. Donate.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Good
bye.
night.
See you next
Thank you
week.
for joining.
I have somebody that I want to hook you up with that might be, he is a spinal cord
He's
injury.
single. Oh no.
A what?
No.
Is he single? No, he's married. But he's a spinal cord injury, and he realized the need for supplies.